And now the most interesting 2 minutes in television, the latest from the political grapevine. When the departed Treasury Secretary Paul O'Neill co-wrote an unflattering book about his tenure in the Bush administration, the White House spokesman said of the book at the time, it appears to be more about trying to justify personal views and opinions than it does about looking at the results that we're achieving on behalf of the American people, end quote. And when former White House counterterrorism chief Richard Clarke also published an unflattering book on the Bush White House, the press secretary said, quote, "Why all of a sudden, if he had all these grave concerns, did he not raise these sooner? This is 1.5 years after he left the administration, and now all of a sudden he's raising these grave concerns that he claims he had." The press spokesman who uttered both those comments about those tell-all books was, you probably guessed this, none other than Scott McClellan, who has now written such a book himself. It has been reported that Iraqi forces were responsible for suppressing Shiite violence during a recent operation in the southern city of Basra. A lot of reports on that, but that news seems to have been lost on House Speaker Pelosi. In an interview with the San Francisco Chronicle editorial board, Pelosi says the military surge did not accomplish its goal and credits, quote, Iran with ending the violence in Basra. Quote, "Some of the success of the surge is that the goodwill of the Iranians. They decided in Basra when the fighting would end. They negotiated the cessation of hostilities, the Iranians. In fact, that ceasefire did not hold, and after it broke down, Iraqi forces, with some U.S. assistance, succeeded in driving the Shiite militias, which had dominated Basra, out of the city or underground." An analysis of cable news coverage of the presidential election during the first 3 months of the year indicates Fox News dealt with the three major contenders most equally, with CNN and MSNBC both giving the Democratic candidates far more coverage than the Republican. But what may surprise you are some of the conclusions in the report by the Project for Excellence in Journalism, a nonpartisan research group. Quote, "Fox News was the harshest of the three channels on the presumptive Republican nominee." Quote, "Fox News was also more positive in its portrayal of Obama's major personal narrative than that of McCain or Clinton. And Fox News did offer more positive than negative assertions about Clinton." And the administrators, of Anglia Ruskin University outside London are asking graduating students not to throw their mortarboard in the air when celebrating because they might hurt someone. A statement on the website said, quote, "This not only causes damage to the hats, but it can also cause injury if the corner of the hat hits the graduate or others who may be nearby." As you can imagine, such a warning has inspired ridicule far and wide, so a new statement on the website says that the school has not banned hat throwing, but says one student had to be hospitalized after being hit with a hat several years ago.